Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and today on the Hermitcraft server, I need a new Redstone Lab. This one is just too full of joy and wonder and merriment. It's like, what have I got room for? I could put, maybe a tiny knot gate right here. There's just no space for, all the wonder and joy and merriment that I have in my heart and I want to share with you. So, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I found a cavern underneath my beautiful little bay here, and I'm going to use that cavern as the location of my future massive Redstone Lab. Let's go visit that bay. Well, actually, we don't want to, call me baby yet. We want to go over here. Thank you. Okay, so basically at the base of this pillar, we have the entrance to my secret little cave here. I don't think I've ever shown that before on video, because it's secret. And this is where I, put some of my coal mining and other mining-related stuff, gravel, furnaces. But, the real wonders of this area are, of course, the actual mine itself. Now, there's a pretty big cavern that I've found over here, and I think that this might be suitable. It has a high ceiling. It already has some stuff dug out below it, so I could, run circuitry and whatnot down lower and essentially use this subfloor here as well, run wiring underneath here. The less I have to dig, I figure the better, because digging takes so much time in this game. Even with the advanced tools, it just is not convenient. So I figure what I'm going to do first is go ahead and come through and just kind of start filling in some of the gaps in the floor. Yeah, there we go. Filling in some of these gaps in the floor and then eventually kind of dig out a little bit more underneath. Because, look at this. This is already, quadruple the space that we had remaining in our other lab. Now, this whole cave-in area around here is pretty much all filled in with lights and whatnot, because I've been mining out of here for, a year and a half now. Essentially, or have I been on Hermitcraft that long? No, I think I came on Hermitcraft in May of last year. So, 11 months I've been lighting up the cave system around here. I figure I don't have to worry too much about creepers coming in, even without doing any sort of fancy controlled access doors. I'll eventually probably want to put in some sort of doors, but right now this literally connects to 15 different tunnels and stuff like that. One of the reasons I've chose wood for the floor is, well, for one thing, it looks different compared to the caves, but also I can just kind of come through here and grab whatever I want out of here as I go, and that kind of works. Now, the first time that I tried to build a redstone room, before I even started doing Minecraft videos, I was kind of in the preliminary stages as a young Minecrafting youth, a strapping lad I was, I kind of went through and started just kind of building it based off some stuff I'd seen on Reddit where the guy had, lit it up with lights in the ceiling that made a grid on the floor. And, I've got to say, that looked really cool, but you had to have such a low ceiling in order to get the grid on the floor that I'm not really sure that's worthwhile, especially in a case like this where if I want to have stuff that's, visible for you guys to it's more interesting shooting or recording video footage in a room that's got a high ceiling than a low ceiling. This is just more visually interesting, I think. So even though we had to sacrifice some in terms of light, or in terms of having the grid. Oh, you know what I guess I could do is I could make the floor itself out of 2 different materials. I could put in some sort of markers every 16. Let's see, because redstone current runs 16 blocks. And so maybe, having some sort of markers to indicate where 16 or 4 blocks are, something like that, could be, I don't know, that could have some appeal. Let's grab us some of this coal. That's going to come in handy. I really didn't bring a lot of material with me. I figure I will use the naturally discoverable... Why did I put grass down here? I must have... Like I said, I've been using this area as kind of the launching point for a lot of my cave-in expeditions for over 11 months. It's crazy how long, I've been doing all this stuff. I really appreciate you guys also. I don't know if I say that enough. You guys are awesome, so thank you. Why do I have 52 jungle wood slabs? I will assume that is something I had in my inventory earlier and not something that, I've been subconsciously hitting jungle wood slabs. Oh, whoops, that was actually made out of jungle wood. I'm really tired and didn't notice. A lot of you guys also might have watched our awesome Minecraft 2.0 videos. I hope you figured out by now where you can download the jar if you want to play yourself. I know Reddit had some links to it, and I had some links to it on my Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, that's kind of the best place if you want up-to-the-minute Joe Hills updates about whatever's on my mind, which, I don't know. I try to keep it pretty funny. It's not necessarily everyone's style of humor, especially because, unlike this, which is a show, where I'm in a particular mindset when I'm making the show. Dang it, I'm out of timber already. Twitter tends to be more off the cuff, whatever's going on in my head at the time. So it's a little less structured, but it's a lot shorter too. So if you feel like I wasted, 3 of your seconds, you don't feel like I wasted 20 of your minutes. So that's also a boon, I suppose. Oh, did I turn too many of into sticks? No. Well, whatever. This is starting to come together kind of already. I figure once I've got a better feel... Let's see, I could open this up a lot without even doing that much digging, because this wall here, or all this extra stone here kind of opens up back another 6 blocks or so. This here is just a pillar, and then that opens up pretty wide here. I think there's even a cave out this way. Let me see if I come... Yeah, see, so I could kind of build into here if I just knock out this wall, and this is just even gravel. It's not even, what do you call it? Stone. Oh, stone, you have so many fancy names, but I, alas, am not a geologist. A geologer. I was trying to think of what the equivalent of a geographer in geology would be. I think geologer is probably about right. So we will just hop down here for a second. Boom. I'll fix up the floor a little bit more later. I just want at this point to kind of figure out how big the space is going to be and how it's all going to work. Because everything I do, from my videos to my comics to writing, everything I do has a lot of iterations. And it's important for me, for my process, to kind of see how something kind of looks and then move on and mess with it and just that sort of thing. So, once I get a feel for, okay, how does the room look once I knock out several of the walls? Okay, well, here's an idea I could do for the floor now that I kind of seen the room better. And it's important to not get too firm an idea of how something should be in your head, when you're working on it, because then you get, stuck in your ways, or you're not able to appreciate some of the opportunities that might arise as you are working on it. So, boom, boom, boom. So this is just a dead end. That's kind of... I guess I'm going to need a storage space, too. Okay, so what does a redstone area need? It needs a storage space. It needs a hollow floor. I'm going to probably want to put some sort of ladders in each of the corners that lead to this little underneath area here. Ooh. I'm going to need to dig out more of the underneath area. There are mushrooms here. That's nice, in case I get hungry. Of course, they're all the one color. So, there is additionally that. But let's see. I guess I could always break up the floor to make bowls, So, okay. So, for our sub-level here, yeah, we'll just... I like the idea of having... I don't know if I want to go through and build an entire sub-floor. I feel like I want to dig it out at least, but then maybe have it uneven heights. I can work on that as I go, though. Okay. Hello, additional, wonderful surplus timber. We are going to use some of you for sticks, for torches, I think. Because, wow, we do not have enough torches, ever. And we can always just steal stone and stuff. Okay, iron pickaxe. Okay, so let's open up this wall some. But, like, yeah, back to my Twitter, one of the great things about Twitter is it's only 140 characters. So I can have an idea and then revise that idea or iterate that idea like 3 or 4 times and then have a final, finished, polished idea in, like, a minute, you know? I can make something that I'm pretty happy with the wording of. Because I actually do like putting thought into writing things. Now, some of Twitter is just me writing notes to people saying, like, oh, hey, I liked your video, or you're pretty cool. I enjoyed this painting you made, or, you know, customer support stuff like, hey, how come this product doesn't work? It would be nice to have this product work. I spent money on it. But the limited availability of space in there is definitely something that contributes to having it be a more polished. Each message can be more polished in less amount of time. If I wanted to make a polished 90-minute video, that would take me, like, I don't know, just shooting alone might be days, and then editing alone would be another, like, 12 hours. But a polished tweet, that I can just throw out there. By 90-minute video, I don't mean a 90-minute Minecraft video. I could record that probably in 90 minutes, but, like, if I wanted to write Ghostbusters, it would cost me, like, years to write something that good, and then it would cost me, like, another year to shoot it, assuming that I had people to actually help me. And that's assuming that I had already invested years, again, to be good enough to write something that awesome. But, like, a pretty good tweet, yeah, I could do that. So if any of you guys are interested in writing, I really recommend using Twitter just to practice sentence structure, flow. I really like combining words in new ways, and it's a good thing, you know, if it's something that you want to do professionally, it's something that you got to practice daily. So here we go. We are just going to knock out some more of this here. Obviously, a lot of this is placeholders right now. I'm just trying to get a sense of the scale of the room, like I said, so I can iterate later. Like, I would love to use a glass floor for this, but unfortunately, you can't lay redstone on top of glass. Although maybe that's the trick, is that I put in a glass floor, and then I break the glass to lay redstone on top of it, but you can always see down underneath. That might be, like, it's a cool gimmick, but I feel like it wouldn't let me iterate the actual redstone devices quickly enough. Because that's one of the main goals of this room, is to have a space where I can iterate the creation of redstone devices quickly in a way that is, you know, visually pleasing for you guys. Now, when I first built the other place up on top of the tower there, I liked it because it was like, okay, well, you can look out and you can see all the other cool stuff I make. You can, like, later on I made the boat, and, you know, you can see my base and stuff. But it's just not as cool, when you run out of space to build stuff. You have to either get rid of the stuff you've already built or find a new space. So I don't know how I'm going to make this area down here as aesthetically pleasing, because it's not going to have the cool view of everything. I mean, theoretically, I could put, like, a glass roof over this so you can look up at the bay. Because, like, theoretically, I'm not that distant from sea level here. Well, now I'm curious. Now I'm thinking, let's just hop up here. If I were to want a glass in this ceiling here. Okay. So, at this point, we are here. Okay. How much further until I actually hit water? Did I hear a cow? So it might be a little bit further. Is it nighttime also? That would be a good thing to know. Hearing that cow again. Assuming it's not some sort of weird, tragic magic cow that, like, lives under the sea and is all alone and scared. Okay, now I'm not hearing the cow. Now I am hearing the cow. Okay, come on, cow. Where are you at? I'm clearly, like, right next to a cow. And all I want to do is make this place look awesome and have a cool ceiling for you guys. So where am I? Cow, I can hear you. You are, like, in my ear. This video has gone from, like, oh, I'm going to make a beautiful thing to, oh, I'm going to find a cow. Oh, okay, so maybe I will not have a window that faces the bay on account of this being directly underneath this iPhone and CCTV camera. I clearly did not have as good a grasp of where that was as I thought I did. I really thought that that was under there, and apparently it's under here. Okay, see, this is how we learn. Now I just need to find my tunnel back down, and I guess I could use this to build some sort of skylight or something. I could still do something with a skylight and have this be interesting, but it won't be as cool as I was thinking with the sea overhead. But then again, like, everybody does water bases now. Like, Jassassin's got his underwater dome, and so, Actually, I guess I could hollow out the entire underside of that thing and have it, like, glassed in, and then have, like, a big ladder well descent point here with, or some sort of elevator, one of those ender pearl elevators or something. Well, we'll come back to that. So let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have to, our list of things we have to figure out. I've only got one sign with me, but well, let's put it here. We're gonna need to figure out the floor. We're gonna need to figure out the ceiling. We're gonna need to figure out the storage. And we're gonna need to figure out the subfloor. Bum, bum, bum. So this one might end up being several videos, just to warn you guys, because there's gonna be a lot of actual construction and digging and whatnot. And then, hopefully, you know, once it's all done, whoa, that would have been a good place to put a torch in advance. And, again, in advance. Ta-da! Dazzling. Okay, so this one, boom, lesson learned. We can just drop that there, drop that there. Awesome. So, let's see, cutting through here. I mean, let's see, this area, pretty decent. We knock out this wall, knock out this wall. How far back does this go? Oh, yeah, this is all kind of very conveniently hollowed out in advance. Like, when I first looked at this space, I thought, like, oh, I wish I would have made my Redstone Lab down here. But it's already such a great Redstone Lab up there, why would I bother moving it now? But, you know, here we are, 11 months later. It's time. And that's kind of one of the joys of Minecraft, is that, like, you can naturally kind of grow and expand and count yourself the king of infinite space, you know, even though you live inside of a walnut and whatnot. I've got to say, speaking of living inside a walnut, one-bedroom apartment for a growing family is very small. I've been installing a kind of half wall in our living room. So all the dangerous stuff like the computers and my wife's sewing equipment and all of our craft supplies, paints, all that stuff is going to go on the far side of the wall over by the door to my booth. And then the other side of the wall will be like the living room proper where we have like the couches and, you know, where the baby will play and whatnot. And it's kind of inconvenient to just assemble a wall from scratch in a place where you can't actually, like we don't own the apartment building. So, you know, we have to not actually build anything permanent. So what we're actually doing is putting in a bunch of shelving. Like we bought a bunch of those cube shelves from Target, and then we're essentially affixing a wall to the back of that. Okay, so I'm going to need to make a crafting bench and use that now, which I'm immediately realizing I probably should have just brought a crafting bench, knowing that I was going to assemble this space. But you know what? Let's just bum the one we got over here. Of course, I did not leave any extra wood in here, and I don't have any extra sticks. Really? Okay. Well, we're stealing this. We are just taking that with us. And, whoops. Well, we'll leave those furnaces for now. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make this hallway better as well if I don't actually end up putting in the like ender pearl elevator, because this is just depressing here. This is way too small for the beauty that will be this cavern. Okay, so next thing, let's go ahead and just steal enough of this out of the floor to make sticks. Okay, good, because I'm gonna need plenty of those clearly now. And we'll just put this right in the middle, because it's construction time. We can afford to make a little bit of a mess. But not until... Wait a minute, what is this? There's heavy-weighted pressure plate. I don't even know what that does. Like, clearly I need a Redstone Lab, like, pronto. So I can figure out what all this stuff is without having to look at the wiki all the time. Okay. So we're just going to replace this section of floor. Beautiful. Okay. So, knock out some more of this ceiling here. Oh, and I need a shovel. Did not make a shovel. So we're just going to grab that and that. One day I will, like, actually remember to make everything I need to make. And you guys will be like, Joe, we're so proud of you. Happy 80th birthday. But yeah, so essentially, what we're doing in our living room, though, is we're attaching a bunch of shelves that I built to masonite, which is like a lightweight but sturdy material that you can easily paint. And Marion's going to paint the masonite with some sort of cool pattern that's high contrast for the baby to appreciate on the one side, and then it'll be all shelves facing the computer and the sewing machine so we can store all our batteries and craft materials and whatnot inside of the wall itself. So that'll, like, help baby-proof the rest of the apartment just by giving us some place to put everything that is currently in very easily accessible places like a linen closet without a door. Like, we literally, our linen closet is just full of paints and no linens, actually. The linens just kind of usually end up in a laundry basket because why not? We have a small apartment. But I feel like removing you know, boxes and boxes of paints and charcoal and chalk and crayons and whatnot from essentially a place where any movable baby can get them is going to be really good for everyone's morale. Maybe the baby will be disappointed, but she won't know the difference because she can't actually walk yet. She's just starting to roll over, but it's one of those things like if she's already starting to roll over, we've only got like a few more, you know, maybe 2 months at most until she's crawling. Part of me is just like, I want her to have fun and explore and be an adventurer, but I also, like, we're not ready yet, you know, for her to crawl. But anyway, I might make some sort of video showing off the actual construction of our little wall at some point. I haven't figured out if I don't know that it will be that interesting to watch, but I mean, you're watching this, so maybe you find joy in tedium or in my ramblings. So one of the two, hopefully. Maybe both. Why not both? Okay. So this is starting to come together, considering that it had absolutely, you know, no open well, I mean, it had some open space, but it's definitely kind of starting to pop. I figure having low ceilings for some of it won't necessarily be the end of the world. I'm probably going to want to actually open them up to as high as my pick will swing, just because, you know, anything beyond that, you have to start getting into scaffolding and whatnot, and that's just a whole additional headache that I don't necessarily need. But to that point, it's relatively straightforward to just, you know, go. So let's see here. So maybe what I'll do is let's see, can you lay I don't know if you can lay redstone on half slabs, if they're the top half slabs. I think you can. That would be a good test which of course I didn't bring any redstone to test with. I was going to say, first Redstone Lab experiment. Half slabs? Next time, maybe. Boom, boom. If I had misplaced that, I was going to feel really dumb. Okay, so we can just knock that out, knock that out, knock that out. Whole entrance needs to be redone here. A lot of this was originally designed because I wasn't really showing the entrance to my mines on the video, you know, because of secrecy. It's like, I don't want people to find my mines. What if I hide things down there to prepare for pranks? Which really, I just, you know, put everything in an ender chest and it never matters. So, who cares? And I constantly show what's in my ender chest, which is why you know that I'm not really prepared to do any massive pranks right now. So, I should probably figure out some... If you guys have prank ideas, put those in the comments, actually. Because I would like to get back into that swing. It's just been... sometimes I just need help brainstorming. I'm not going to necessarily rip off your idea, but your idea might give me my own idea. It's like, well, I'm not going to do that, but that reminds me of this, or... Maybe I will rip off your idea. If I rip off your prank idea, I'll try to remember to put a sign up that says, "This prank executed by Joe Hills, written by so-and-so." So, if Theostamana has a really good idea for a prank, you know, Theostamana can get credit. But if it's just, like, inspired by Theostamana, maybe I won't give credit. Maybe I'll just be like, well, Theostamana said fill his entire base with frogs. And instead I, you know, built a frog. No, I didn't build a frog. I built a tadpole. Why would I build a tadpole? This is a bad example. We need to iterate it. Constant iteration. Okay. I really should have gone through... I didn't realize how much... Like, I kind of wanted to scout this place and figure out what tools I was going to need. I'm probably going to go ahead and do some enchanting of some tools and whatnot before my next episode, just so I can kind of slice through a lot of this like butter. But right now, it's just more important for me to get in here and just start messing around so I can figure out, you know. Because otherwise I'd go, well, I don't think I'll need many shovels, or clearly I need shovels. Or, oh, I think I only need this many picks, or, oh, I don't need an axe. Yeah, I need an axe. Look at this. This is the sort of thing, it's just, you know, asking to be axed. Boom. Request granted. Okay. I like the kind of natural doming of the ceiling. I like the idea of having a tower here that in the center that brings the light down. Maybe I will hollow out that hill or put in some sort of skylights or something. That might be what I try next, because at this point we've opened up a lot of this. Obviously this whole area here can still stand to be opened up and floored quite a bit. Cause like, look at this. This just kind of goes on a ways. There are so many tunnels that emanate out from here that kind of digging out the gaps between them is an easy way to just massively increase the volume of this space with minimal effort, which is why I selected this space. So if any of you guys like selecting spaces, you should put a prank space that I could select and a prank suggestion that I could space. No, I'm spacing out. That's terrible English. Let's see. More tunnel back here. How close is this tunnel to the next tunnel? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is prime, you know, just widenable area. This is primo real estate. This is a primary color. This is red, blue, and yellow of Minecraft right here. Anytime that I can knock out 2 blocks wide and create a space 8 blocks wide, that's a good day. That's a good day. I like making... I should just make a series where I hollow out like a massive bowl in the middle of the ocean. No, wait, Biffa's doing that. Dang it. Oh, well. I'll make a series where I do something. But yeah, so then if I kind of cut through here a little bit, boom, boom, boom. Like, I feel like having at least a ceiling 4 high throughout this whole area will be really just more interesting visually for you guys. But yeah, I'm kind of leaning toward using this area back here as like a storage bay. Although really, these tunnels are close enough together too. I could kind of keep widening this. Oh, here is an additional one of these. So apparently at some point here, I had the idea of putting a crafting bench in over here. Let's just take this and set it up here for now. And we will enjoy our bounteous increase in cobble there. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And, of course, I'm running out of food. So that was excellent planning. And I didn't bring a sword to break spider webs, because I was like, this whole area is so safe. There's no way I will need to waste an inventory slot on a sword. I'm starting to conflate the word slot and sword. That speaks poorly for my vocal abilities at this time. Still, it's kind of like late at night. Sorry, guys. So, I cannot wait until I reach a point where I can start, not going to work and just recording videos for you guys during the day when I have my full energy. Excuse me. Okay, so this is another great space where I can just kind of go out this way and make everything wider. We got tunnels up here. So, I mean, I can cut through this, and this is, the more I dig, the more I'm just realizing this is the absolute best spot for this Redstone Lab. This is just such a wonderful space with minimal blasting. You know, I'm not going through here and like having to dynamite out massive areas. And even this wall, I think, actually kind of, there's a lot of tunnels kind of through it. So I could kind of come in and just knock stuff out pretty easy. On account of its already partially hollowed nature. This is... Oh, I'm going to run out of food, though. Well, part of me wants to keep digging until I can't dig anymore. And just really... Oh, I should probably go grab some of that timber, because I probably need that more than the cobblestone at this point. But, okay, cool. So, yeah, I'll open up this ceiling here, do a little bit more throughout. All the tunnels are already lit, so I don't have to worry about stuff spawning. Although I have made some changes to where I lit stuff, so maybe I will. I guess I might as well leave that grass there for now in case I decide I want it. Who knows, there might be garden interacting redstone stuff in future updates. Kind of want to actually, well, I don't know, grass underground always seemed kind of weird to me, kind of fake. So maybe I will not. I was going to say I could always drag that over here via the magic of grass, or grass expansion, growth. Via the magic of growth, I could always make a bridge of dirt from here to here to stretch the grass out, but maybe that'll just look dumb. So, okay. In my next episode of Redstone Lab excavation and construction, I think I'm going to go ahead and mark this pillar here for demolition. I'm going to go ahead and increase the ceiling height in that back bay there. This bay here. Ceiling here is pretty okay already. I'm going to go ahead and try... I don't want to list everything that I'm going to do because it might not all be in the next episode. I feel like it might be an entire episode just to kind of hollow out this like pillar roof ceiling thing. Definitely need a prettier entrance than this, though. Definitely need a prettier entrance. So, anyway, there's plenty to do here. I think this will kind of keep me busy on the Hermitcraft server for a few episodes. I'm going to starve, and I don't want to make a resource run on film. So, anyway, I should sign off here. Where is our optimal space to view the majesty of all that which we have created? I don't know. It's all pretty good. I recommend go ahead and flip back to earlier in the video when I hadn't done any of this and be really impressed. Because, like, yes, it's a big hole in the ground. but it's a big hole in the ground that I made partially because I kind of exploited existing holes in the ground, and then I put a floor on it. So, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.